Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways. A snowstorm in the desert. A homestead in the desert. Yeah, it's not really a snowstorm, but I just got back from town. I ran into the supermarket and grabbed some supplies because I know the weather is going to be bad, so I wanted to make sure I had enough so I could hunker down and be comfortable. Well, it started snowing just as I got to the supermarket, which is about a 50-mile round trip drive. So just as I was walking into the supermarket, these gigantic snowflakes started coming down mixed with rain. So I rushed through the store as fast as I could. I had my list there and I just went through the list and grabbed this and grabbed that and loaded up the cart. Got back out to the cash registers and looked outside, and it was just solid snow coming down, almost whiteout conditions. Snowflakes the size of silver dollars coming down. And just my windshield, everything was just coated with snow. I hadn't seen anything like it since I left New England. Well, the snow has stopped now, and it's turned back to rain. And we're going to have to see what's going on with this. All the birds out here are seeking shelter under the motorhome and so forth and so on, and in the chicken coop. And I went over there to feed the chickens before I went to the supermarket. And when I opened up the back panel of the chicken coop, about 25 birds come flying out. So anyway, it's nice and cold. It's about, well, I just turned the heater on in this room, but it's up to 48 now. It was down to 36. So the temperature's gone up a little bit and the snow turned back to rain. And that's good. It'll wash some of the mud off of my running boards and back tires and so forth and so on. But yeah, we got some significant rain. Let's go out this window. And yeah, somebody was right about the dirt on the containers. My two totes are almost half full now. And I don't know if you can see it, but right there on the left tote, I got a black mark. That's where the water level was before the rain started. So I've got about 8 or 9 inches or so of added water into the two containers since the rain started. Yesterday we got just under 1/4 of an inch, and today it's probably doing a little bit better than that. I can't see the rain gauge from here. But since the rain has just stopped for a second, let's step outside and we'll go over and see what it says. Oh yeah, it's nice and chilly out here. All right, so we're at a 1/2 inch right now. And let me see if I can get that off of there so you can see it. Yeah, it's right at a 1/2 inch. So that's the gist of it so far. It comes down hard, then it lets up, and then it comes down hard again, and then it lets up, and a little of this, a little of that. It's starting to sprinkle again, so I'm going back inside. And I got plenty of bottled water, just in case. I got my canned goods on the shelves there. I got a couple of extra jars in case I need to can anything. Last night I made a outrageously good chicken stew. And I noted the recipe because I was kind of winging it with what I had left here to work with. But oh my God, that stew was so good, I just couldn't stop eating it. And I've got a big container of it left for, well, not a big container, but another serving's worth for another meal. So I might do that tomorrow. Right now, I'm going to cut this video short, and maybe I'll show you a little bit more later on and see what's going on if we get more snow or whatever. Roads were beautiful, muddy. Well, the dirt roads coming into this place. Nice and muddy. When I got out of my van on the other side, on the front end of the running board, right behind the front tire, there was about, well, the sand and dirt was as high all the way up touching the doorway. Yeah, it's pretty nasty out there. And I got my propane tank out there that needs to be washed as a suggestion from Tom. I stuck it outside to let the rains pre-wash it, but it doesn't seem to be doing much good to it. So I'll still happen to go out there and scrub it anyway, but worth a try, right? Save water. So I'm going to have to get a filtration system going on the water tanks over there, and I can see the water on the right hand side is rippling, so there's still water coming off the roof going into those tanks. I have a feeling that by the time this rain stops, those two tanks will be pretty full. And then I'll put a filtration system on there to strain the water out and clear it up a little bit. Although that's irrigation water anyway. It's just going to go down and water plants, so a little dirt in the water won't hurt anything. But down the line, I'd like to have that water coming in a little bit cleaner so that I can just run it through a solar distiller unit, which I will be building. I have enough glass to do that. And I'll just run that water out through a solar distiller, and I can clear that up crystal clear in no time. If you go back through my old videos, some of the inventions I did about 3 years ago, you'll see a demonstration of the solar distiller I had when I lived down in the OC. And it worked pretty good. I put some pretty nasty looking water into that solar distiller and just let it sit out there, and next thing I know, it was just beautiful. Oh, I just noticed the little yellow bucket I got underneath the first flush to catch the drips that come out of it is full. It's topped off. So a lot of water in here. I'll have to modify that first flush and see if I can't get capture more water than what's going in there. It looks like I'm getting some pretty good drips on top of the blue barrel too, so I'm going to think about on the next rains that come through, I'll pull that cover off and just let the water drip right into the barrel. Anyway, this is the most significant rain weather, and the whole sky is grayed out. There's no clouds all around me and blue sky above on this one. This whole sky is completely grayed out. And when I was coming back down the 395, the snow was so heavy it was almost a whiteout. And then as I got closer to here, it started letting up. But I can imagine what it still looks like downtown Victorville, because it was really snowing pretty heavy. Roads were getting slick. There was probably I'd say a half an inch of slush on the roads. So, and then of course fire trucks going by and police going by with lights flashing. So I guess some people have never seen snow before and got stuck having to drive in it. The supermarket was pretty crowded, but I got some great deals. So I'm going to close this off and sit down and have some fun and relaxation, as I'm not working out there in this, but when this room warms up a little bit more, I might come out here and cut some wood blocks. I got my saw down here, and I got some wood right there, so I could do a little bit of work in here, and then put some more staples on the wiring. I did get it around the boxes as per code, and I'll have to do a couple more over here. I didn't want to move equipment the other day when I was doing those, so that's all, everybody. G-Bear reminding you, give me a thumbs up down there, please. Like my videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to share or save. G-Bear signing off.